as you first watch this movie, The Life of Chuck, you will say to yourself, Self, this is a crazy end of the universe movie. However, do not worry, my friend. This movie is not a global apocalypse as what we first thought. This apocalypse is totally personal. Don't worry. Take it personal. You see, this movie tells us that a single life is an entire world. The movie demonstrates that each person is a universe in its entirety. So let's stick around and we shall see what I and the movie are talking about. Shall we? Why it looks like an apocalyptic movie. Now, this movie certainly feels like an apocalypse, even if the movie says it's not. I mean, just look at the stars, they're going away. The weather is gone. Giant sinkholes are opening up everywhere around the world. People are not panicking. They're more like, what's the meaning of life? We're all going to die. We've accepted it. They truly see that this is the end and that they have been given terminal illness. No governments are doing anything. Couldn't do anything if they wanted. Sorry, dude. And lastly, well, this is the part that's really weird that makes you think, well, I can kind of see the personal theme. There are ads everywhere for this guy named Chuck and his retirement, who is, by the way, congratulations, Chuck, you are retiring after 39 years from the accountant place, the job you worked before. That's what they all say. It's a bunch of ads everywhere. It's nuts. You see, it's actually Chuck's world that's dying. The apocalypse can only be personal.
Hey guys, this may be my personal apocalypse, but it doesn't mean it has to be yours. Don't forget to subscribe.
What the apocalypse actually is. We really don't know why for quite a while, but he is dying and his mind and body are shutting down and his subconscious world is falling apart. Memories of his family, his childhood, his struggles, and his life. And apparently his time as an accountant. Now, in the movie, they say the ad says that he's been an accountant for 39 years, but we all know that he's actually 39 years at some point. It's just the subconscious doing what the subconscious can do. What can you do? When Chuck is dying, this is causing an internal cascade. Every interaction, every memory, every situation are slowly disappearing in his internal world. This really is a personal apocalypse that we are watching. A person contains multitude. Yep, a person does contain multitude. Chuck's pieces of his family from before, they were killed in a car crash when he was a young boy. For example, Chuck had knowledge of how to dance. The movie was kind enough to show us the multitudes of things that were involved, people involved that created him to be able to dance. It all started with his grandmother. She was a dancer and she taught him how to dance and he took to it like a fish in water. Hell yeah. When I saw him dancing as an adult with the drums in this scene here, it has so much more meaning because at that point, or maybe it's a little bit after, but at some point you understand that him dancing then as an adult was very emotionally significant because you can't learn a skill or a trade at that level and not gain resentment or scars through going through it. And so unfortunately for Chuck, he had to at some point with his grandfather, he was sat down and he was told after his grandmother died, he was told, you have to choose math. Math makes money. Your dancing will not make money. You have to choose what's responsible. Blah, blah, blah. And of course, he had deified math. It was like perfect.
The golden ratio, the divine equation. Praise be to mathematics.
We can get it. We could get into that. Math is not perfect. In fact, definitely not. It's just that deified it and you're able to use it how you can using the tools that it's able to do. Whatever. He kind of pressured the kid into doing it. And so he had kind of this loss towards his dancing. So it was career or dancing. He had to go into his career. These are all things connected in individual mind, and now they're all fading away. And that was one of the things that was fading away that we were watching. In a way, it's like that movie, that Jim Carrey movie. If you want to say what movie that is, go ahead. I know part of the name, but I can't say it right, so meh. The Locked Room, Childhood and Mortality.
You get away from there!
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
What did you see? What did you see?
I'm sorry, it's just. You can't.
There was this locked room in his grandparents' house, which is weird because you're like, what the heck? That was kind of weird. This is before you know it's all symbolic and subconscious head. You're like, what the weirdos? They won't let him in. He really wants in, but Grandpa is always blocking his way when he tries to go there. All of a sudden, he's like, what are you doing, boy? He's like, she. Then, towards the end of the movie, Grandpa dies and he does get in. And he finds that the locked room contains the future. Or I guess the past events, but will become future because he's a boy at this point in this reality. So all the people who are going to die in his life, how he's going to die, all that stuff is contained, that knowledge is contained in that room. That's why he was scared to see what the hell was in there. This is where we see that the personal apocalypse is indeed spelled out to the child version of himself in this very room. Meaning without legacy. While Chuck is dying in his personal apocalypse, we see that everything he was, all the multitudes of the individual called Chuck, are fading away. There are no witnesses to all these memories and experiences dying. It's just Chuck being Chuck. So there will be no legacy here. Sure, his subconscious tries to come up with ads about Chuck's retirement and all that thing, but those people will soon be gone, and including with the subconscious. The movie proposes that meaning exists in lived experiences. I lean towards just being quiet and not seeking meaning. I see that those learned experiences will also disappear and have no more weight than anything else, that all just disappears. This is why we are witnessing, rather ironically, a very personal apocalypse. So for a little bit, little old Chucky will be remembered. But yes, conclusion. This first part of the movie hits really hard. There are people seeing everything go away. No weather, giant sinkholes, and the universe itself disappearing. What we saw was the death of a guy named Chuck at the age of 39 from some terminal illness. It's probably cancer. That's pretty classic at that age, unless it's a violent death. But the movie does stress that every person is a multitude, and that is what is demonstrated in this movie. So if every person is a multitude inside, then every person is an apocalypse waiting to happen. Guys, you guys tell me what you think about this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment.
Peace! Yeah, boy.
If you like videos about movies, TV shows, and even documentaries that we actually take and we find out what they can teach us on how to live better lives, or in some cases, what to not do, then you should pick another one of these videos here. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, or look, just subscribe, please.